Hello. This is my first time looking at this patch. I know I didn't make a leak thing for the last patch because it was really big. Really big, and I thought about making it, but I don't even know what I think about a lot of the new items yet. So I'm just gonna do a quick look at this and share some of my thoughts for 10.24. So Mumu's W damage over time decreased. New items and systems have pushed Mumu from strong to overwhelming. We're pulling back some of his damage over time, which has particularly benefited from the item update. Okay, cool. I mean, I heard stuff about Mumu soloing Baron and things like that, so that sounds good. Passive bonus movement speed to bonus damage conversion decreased on Hecarim. E bonus movement speed decreased later and bug fixed. It's too much extra pep in his gallop. Okay, so slightly less bonus move speed to AD conversion and 10% less bonus movement speed on his E at max level. Okay, yeah, just trimming back on those champions' power. Callistic Q Ren transfer bug fixed. That sounds good. E damage ratio bug fixed. Okay, I like bug fixes. Awesome, great. Kale bonus attack speed reduced. Passive bonus attack speed reduced. Partially walking back the change to Kale's passive from patch 10.23 to lower her whacking stacking. Okay, yeah, cool. I don't have much to say about these. I mean, it's just like, yeah, the champion's gonna be slightly weaker. You know, nothing too crazy going on here. Samira passive melee blade bonus damage ratio decreased. Dash damage or dash range against immobile enemies decreased. With more items that grant both lifesteal and crit at her disposal, Samira poses a menacing threat in lane, even when being actively zoned out. We're nerfing her all-in potential so that she has to think twice before charging in. Gun and blade blazing. Yep, nice. Melee damage ratio down. Dash range against immobilized enemy. Yeah, because this is something I've been unsure about. How far she can jump. So it does scale with level. And this is still almost as much, but yeah, definitely hitting it in the laning phase. Reducing that range by like 150 at level 1. Okay, and then like 125 at level 4. So yeah, makes sense. Hello, Frying Kirby and Echo to Wood. Yeah, I haven't streamed for a little while, but now I'm getting back to it. I was sort of on vacation. Sort of. Q bonus AD increased. Bonus AD per 1% missing health increased. Tryndamere is critting less often and for less damage, so we're amping up his damage. Okay, nice. I like it. Just a slight damage amp, and then bonus AD per 1% missing health. That seems pretty big. Pretty big buff later on. And like in the mid game, it starts to be a bit better. Alright. Varus Q Blight detonation cooldown reduction removed. Damage from blight effects detonated with Q are now increased by the amount of time Varus charges it for. Okay. Up to 50%. Q now shows crit text when fully charged. W bonus damage reduced. Detonating a blight stack on enemy champions and epic monsters now reduces all basic cooldowns by 12% of the max cooldown per stack. R now snaps Varus to face the target direction on start of cast. That's a speed reduce. Okay. This is funny. The interaction I just thought of. Imagine Cassio ults Varus, and instead of like moving backwards, he just ults backwards to dodge it. I don't know why I thought of that, but like it snaps Varus to face the target direction on start of cast. I'm trying to think of why this is relevant. Like, I mean, only Cassio ult is something that like facing matters, right? So I don't know. I mean, that's cool. I guess, As a consistent high priority pick in pro play, Varus tuning has often left players feeling unsatisfied. To bring him back with vengeance, we're shifting power away from elements that are typically strong in pro play, such as reliable CC and lane bullying, and back into Varus's unique playstyle of charged arrows and spell weaving. Okay, cool. Cooldown is no longer reduced by 3 seconds if piercing arrow detonates on a blight enemy. Damage from blight effects detonated with the piercing arrow are now increased by the amount of time Varus charges it up for up to 50%. In addition to increasing piercing arrow's damage for up to 50%. Piercing arrow will now show crit text when fully charged. Okay, that's cool. That's a cool VFX. Bonus damage on Blighted Quiver brought down. Detonating a Blight stack on enemy champions and epic monsters now reduces all basic cooldowns by 12% of the max cooldown per stack. Wow, yeah, so his spell uptime is going to be a lot better. Because you can like auto and hit them with something. Auto and hit them with something else, and you keep bringing your cooldowns down. Our Chain of Corruption. Varus now snaps to face the target direction on start of cast. And the missile speed has been brought down a lot. Okay. So that makes sense. They're taking some reliability out of his ult, which is a pretty missable skill shot. But now it's going to be even harder to hit. And yeah, alright. Yeah, I think this all makes sense. That's cool. Good to know. Passive crit doubling now takes place after Rage Blade's on-hit calculations. Okay, Way of the Wanderer's crit-related effects now wait to activate until any other effects that care about crit have been taken care of. This primarily means crit chance is no longer doubled before Ginsu's Rage Blade calculates its on-hit damage. Okay, yeah, so for full transparency, given the interactions like this one we've run into so far, we're currently targeting next patch for a change that'll cause Rage Blade to remove crit chance from users rather than just prevent crits. Okay, I mean, I don't have too much to say about this because I haven't really experienced this. It sounds good. It sounds like a good change based on everything they've said. Because Rage Blade would be super powerful with Yasuo's double crit chance. Okay. And same thing for Yone. Okay. Items. So Blade of the Rune King, overperforming compared to other legendaries it competes with, dropping its power to make it look more in line with others, making it cost a bit more, lowering its attack speed by a little bit. Okay. Yes, good. Balancing things. Sounds good. Bumping up Cosmic Drive's power to secure its position as a viable second item choice. Ability power up by 5. Okay, so a little bit more damage here and there. Demonic Embrace, along with Nashor's Tooth and Lichbane, are dominating the second item slot. So we're taking it down a notch. From 1.5% max health magic damage every second for 4 seconds. To 1.2% max health magic damage every second for 4 seconds. Yep, just a slight nerf. Yes, very cool. Eclipse cooldown 6 seconds for melee, 12 seconds for range, to 8 seconds for melee, 16 seconds for range. I tried out Eclipse a little bit, and I liked how it felt, just being able to keep getting that shield back. So this definitely sounds like a reasonable change. Ember Knife, okay. So maybe this will help me understand jungle items a little more. I haven't really gotten too much knowledge on that sort of stuff yet. So we're opening jungle sustain backup for AoE casters who have been struggling with the recent changes. This comes with a small knock to the number overall, since most junglers are equipped with some form of AoE that will benefit. The AoE allowance only applies specifically to Ember Knife and Hail Blade. So Omnivamp from 12% to 10%, including AoE damage. Okay. Yep, cool. Essence Reaver buff. as a Lucian player, I mean, this sounds good. I like to see that because I feel like Essence Reaver is going to be good on Lucian, right? I'm not too up to speed on the builds. Kraken Slayer buff from 60 to 65 AD. Worm Fallen sacrifice attack damage. I am not sure exactly the context on that. Damage ratio up. So they're just buffing Kraken Slayer. Landry's Anguish. Landry's too strong, especially for mages that can consistently apply its damage overtime effects for reducing AP ratio scaling to pull back some late game power. Cool. Yes. Lichbane, we're toning down. It's so funny. I don't know what to say to some of these because I haven't been playing as much League, but I'm about to play a bunch of League. Toning down Lichbane's AP ratio. I mean, this is pretty much like me looking at the patch and figuring out what's going on with the game, which has contributed to high burst scenarios late game. Damage ratio from 50% to 40%. Okay. Toning that down. Luden's Tempest is granting too much movement speed to champions whose mobility is meant to be a weakness. Oh man, no more. I mean, I guess you'll still have some speed. Reining in the fast and a bit of the furious by lowering its burst damage. Wow, yeah, this is pretty significant. Although you get this movement speed proc a lot. Like, you get these procs a lot, so this is gonna add up a lot. It's still gonna be a good item though, right? So, bug fix, Starlit Grace heal, Moonstone Renewer. Okay, so I'm guessing this is a support item or something. So buffing the heal, but then slightly nerfing the long-term. Like if you're in combat, it ends up being less, but the base heal is a lot better. Okay, cool. Gnasher's Tooth, Ecathian Bite damage ratio. So that is the like on hit thing, I think. We're bringing its on hit damage more in line, yeah. Night Harvester and Rocket Belt are contributing to some of the high burst scenarios that we're looking to tone down. Okay, yeah, reducing damage by a bit. So 50 flat. And Rocket Belt, 25 early, 50 late. Supersonic movement speed down to 50%. Yeah, that's a lot of mobility being changed on this. I mean, like, it has a lot of mobility already. That's what I was gonna say. Like, that's a lot of mobility that it has already because it gives you the dash and then you get this movement speed burst. So it makes sense to lower it a bit just to give people a little bit more breathing room against this item. Phantom Dancer generally underperforms, especially early on. We're putting it on discount and throwing in a utility boost to make it a more appealing early pickup. Okay. Cool. Prowler's Claw, attack damage up. Orange Sand Shrike's Claw. That's what the upgrade of this is called? Okay. Orange Sand Shrike Claw. That's like a mouthful, man. Riftmaker, bringing Riftmaker down to the power of other mythics to maintain the mythic choice structure. Yep, very cool. I really like what they're doing where they want there to be a lot of, even though there's like these mythic items that everyone wants to get, there's a good amount of variety on them right now. So that's cool. Fang is a strong item and hasn't seen much action, increasing its damage to solidify it as a powerful situational choice for assassins. Cool. I like the idea of a shield destroying item. I like it. Tier of the Goddess line. Okay, this sounds like it'll be important. Tier users have taken a hit from both the new item system and the new tier stacking. We're increasing the rate tier stacks to lessen its weakness. Items building from tier have had their mana values adjusted as a result. Okay, so mana from 150 to 240 and maximum bonus mana down to 360 from 450. Increasing the rate tier stacks. to lessen its weakness. But it starts with more mana. It ends with less. But then these have more mana. So Archangel Staff, Mana Mune, Seraph's Embrace, Mirror Mana. Okay, so they get a slight buff. So once you have the tier item, then you get more mana out of it. And then once you get the completed item, you get a little bit more mana out of it. Okay. So at the end of the day, you're gonna get a fully stacked tier faster, right? That's what this is getting at.
Okay.
And it starts with a bit more mana too, I think. Mid lane minion changes. Mid laners hold a significant amount of power across all levels of play. We think pulling a small amount of power out of this lane during early and mid game will keep things in check while also nerfing heavy roamers. Nice. Nice. I like the heavy roaming playstyle to get nerfed. Of note, these changes went out in patch 10.23, but were missed in the documentation, so if you've been counting, you're not crazy. Mid lane cannon minions now give 10 less gold. Mid lane cannon minions now gain 30% increased attack speed against towers. Yeah, so people who sit in lane and push the tower, especially with a cannon minion, are going to get a lot more out of it. But yeah, this is a very slight nerf. I mean, it's definitely a nerf to people who are going to roam a lot. And just a general nerf to mid lane here with 10 less gold. I mean, that's not that much less. But it's worth noting. Behavioral systems update. As we wrap up this year, we've also wrapped up the early surrender and LP constellation projects we mentioned in September, which are now ready for feedback. We've implemented the following. If there's an AFK player detected on your team after the 10-minute mark, a surrender vote can occur. For now, this change will only appear to Summoner's Rift, and the vote must be unanimous. If the vote isn't unanimous, at the 15-minute mark, the team can vote again, now only needing a majority vote. If a player on your team leaves during a ranked match or is detected as AFK, your LP loss may be reduced. Premades with the disconnect/AFK provisional players and players in promotion series will not receive this loss reduction. Okay. Sounds good. And shop improvements, I don't really feel like reading all this. Video effects and sound effects updates on Kha'Zix and Vel'Koz, cool. ARAM, whatever. Bug fixes, hooray, I like bug fixes. I don't really care about skins. Although this does look really cool right off the bat. Cosmic Charger Hecarim, that splash art looks really cool. And there's Cosmic Flight Anivia, yeah. Cool. So much cosmic stuff going on here. I like this Nidalee splash too. Wow, and this Varus splash, there's like a whole planet right here. So basically everyone's turning into Aurelion Sol now, I guess. Cool. Well, thanks for watching, and thanks for looking at the new patch with me. I know I didn't throw out any groundbreaking thoughts during this, but I hope this has helped you. It's certainly helped me to understand what's going on with the game right now, and I'm going to be playing it. If you're interested in watching me play or hanging out or discussing the game with me, head on over to my stream, twitch.tv/JTLOL. Alright, well, thanks for watching.